Go ahead, Ken. Coach, disappointing loss. Where did you feel this got away? It seemed like some of the plays on defense in the second half were struggling.
We didn't tackle very well, and that was throughout the game. And give them credit; they ran through some tackles, and we got to do a much better job getting people to the ground. And we got an opportunity. They broke tackles, and sometimes we were coming off of blocks. That makes it a little more difficult to get a guy down, but we just missed some tackles in the open field, and they're a very skilled football team. We had some unforced errors. The dropping the pass, that doesn't have anything to do with the other team. We got to catch the pass when it comes to us. And we had 8 possessions. That's one of them. Stalls out. We got a guy running wide open that last drive there. We had a guy running wide open, gave up a sack, and it was an assignment error. We may not have blocked him, but I would like for us to try to block the guy we're assigned to him. So things like that we can control and do a better job of. But the bottom line is that's a really good football team, and they lined up and beat us. They're a well-coached team, physical. They are athletic, fast, physical. They know how to win. That's a team that won 22 games in 2 seasons. It's number 3 in the country for the most victories in the last 2 seasons. That's pretty sporting. And there's a reason that they won so many games. They won some close games. And tonight was a real battle, and they figured out a way to beat us. So we got to correct the things that we can control and hope that helps us play a little bit better.
We had 2 penalties. Were on the next play. They wanted scored on the face mask, also the pass interference in the end zone. Are those just things that happen, or were they calls? It could have gone either way.
They're both aggressive penalties. There's a guy's trying to make a play. Bonsu made a really good play to fight through a block. It was a tackle for loss on the face mask, and they weren't showing replays up on the board, so I don't know if he grabbed it or not. I assume he did. And that's that's the way it goes. It's a guy being aggressive and trying to make a play. On the pass interference, it's a really smart play on their part. It's 4th and 7, single coverage, and they threw it over there, and our guy was being aggressive and playing, and so was their guy, and he jumped right into us, and we ran into him, and it's pass interference, and that's the way it goes. I don't know if it was a catchable ball or not. Again, I was standing there, I was watching the coverage, I didn't see where the ball landed, but that's a judgment call by the officials, and they got a job to do, and I know they're trying to do their very best to do their jobs well. So, it's disappointing that we gave that up on 4th down and allowed them to score right there. It would have been nice to get them off the field there and see if we could have made it a different football game. But the first touchdown, the little dump route, it's a missed assignment. The touchdown in the corner down there in the street route, it's a missed assignment. And that's our job, is to coach those guys and get them in position. And when they're not in position, it's as much our responsibility as coaches, my responsibility, as it is our players.
Coach, on offense, you had the 3 big plays that Tyrell Robinson run 70 yards off tackle, Tyre and Cade both threw long touchdown passes. Then Jacoby Buchanan really made a great play in the 4th and 2 to get the first down and then scores a play or so later. Were there positives in the offense that you saw today?
Oh, for sure. We ran 47 plays. That's not very many plays. They controlled the time of possession, but there were the 3 big plays. I think it was the first touchdown with T-Rob. We were probably on our 5th play of the drive. It's pretty early in the drive. The touchdown pass, the long one to Ijon Marshall, was fairly early in the drive, and I think it was the 2nd play of the drive when we threw it to Brahim for the touchdown. So we had some big plays, which is a positive. What we didn't do is just sustain our run game. And when we're really playing well on offense, we run the ball and run the ball and run the ball, and we're able to get it into 4th and manageable and hit those 4th down plays. And we didn't do that tonight.
So you were saying that this is a lesson for the team. What do you think what do you think the team might have learned to go step back themselves to this team?
I don't know. I mean, it's, as I said,
Or what's the lesson to be learned?
control the controllables. Assignments, fundamentals, those are the things we completely control. We can't control the officials or the other team or the crowd or the weather. There's a lot of things we can't control, but there's things we can control. And missing a tackle has something to do with the other team, but if the technique is poor or the angle is poor, that's our responsibility to coach them and get them to do it. So when we give up a sack because we miss an assignment, we don't get a guy out where he's supposed to be on the protection, I'd like to see what would happen if we just did it correctly. So those are the lessons we learned. I thought our guys played really hard. The defense played 70 snaps. They had to play a lot of snaps. I thought our guys played really, really hard. They tried to play physical, and we just lost to a good football team. They were better. They were a better football team than us tonight.
I saw you guys shuffle a lot of guys in that defense. Is that because of the weather, or is that kind of the plan to begin with? Or?
So when they substituted, we would substitute. It gives us a chance to get a guy in there and see what their personnel is and get the right call, the best call that we think for that play. And so that's why we're shuttling guys in and out. That's the rule, that if they substitute somebody, it gives us a chance to substitute someone. So there's a lot of teams that do that. And so that's probably the reason you saw a lot of guys going out of there. But we had some guys that were cramping up, and it was a really warm night, and they were losing a lot of fluids, and we were trying to play a lot of guys to keep that from happening.
I know it's not. I know you like to run the football and establish the run, but you gotta be encouraged by the way you guys threw the ball tonight.
Yeah, I am. I thought our quarterbacks did a really good job. We had the one pass early. We tried to throw it to Isaiah over here on this sideline. And we threw it over his head. And then we had the other short pass to Isaiah that he dropped. We got to make the throw, give him a chance to make a catch. And then when it does come to us, we got to complete the catch. And those are critical plays. And both of those drives stalled out. It was, and those are things that we have better control over. Probably didn't have as much to do with them as it did us, just not making a play there.
Connor, let's just do two quick on Zoom.
Okay, Ken, you can start.
Hey, Jeff. Can you, Tyre told us earlier that it was unfortunate that he didn't throw the ball out of bounds. That was his intention, but he didn't put it out far enough. What did you talk to him about after that play?
When you get outside the tackle box, the only requirement is that it passes the line of scrimmage. So he could have thrown it 13 rows into the stands and it's not grounding. And he tried to throw it in the vicinity of a receiver, which is not required once he breaks contain. So that's what I talked to him about. And he said, I thought I was throwing it away. And I said, look, you don't have to throw it near anybody. I said, throw it over to Coach Chadwell. As long as he's beyond the line of scrimmage, it's fine. And so there's a lesson learned. We talked about lessons learned. That's a lesson learned. That's something we can control. Now, we were going to have to punt, but I'd have rather had a chance to punt it than I think it was 27 yards we gained on the interception. We can usually punt it a little bit better. In fact, we averaged a little over 40 yards a punt tonight. So kicking the ball out of bounds there after we score, we kick it out of bounds and put it at the 35-yard line. I like not to get him 10 free yards. There's a lot of things that we did. That interception didn't cost us the football game. It's that interception and kicking it out of bounds, turning a guy loose on pass protection and turning a guy loose on a freebie touchdown twice, and just missing tackles. And there's a whole lot of things that we can do better. So we're going to try to do those things better.
Okay, we'll do one more for Joe.
Hi, Coach Monken, Joe Iacono with GoBlackKnights.com. You mentioned the missed tackles on defense, and, they have a lot of great athletes and they're very well coached. They have a great scheme. They had a lot of success running the ball between the tackles, specifically on first down. Leo mentioned when we talked to him that their guards were doing a really good job getting up to the second level really quickly. I know you had a lot of guys starting their first game on defense tonight, specifically in the front seven. Anything you saw or Coach Woody saw that, you can work on maybe to, in between now and UTSA? Because it looked like their offensive line was doing a really good job all night.
They
kinda
were. I
moving
talked
us
to-
off the ball.
I talked to Nate Woody about it, and we just weren't demanding enough double teams. We were allowing them to single block us. And so those guys up front in the trenches, they gotta demand a double team with the way they play and the way they play the blocks. And that keeps those guards from being able to climb and get to the linebackers. And when you're a linebacker and you got a face full of a 300-pound guy, you got to get off the block with a running back with a rocket shoved up his butt, running as fast as he can right behind him. Hard to get off of that block right away and make those tackles. So we got to do a better job of bottling things up right at the line of scrimmage and maybe getting another free hit or for an opportunity to make the tackle.
Thanks, everyone. That's it for tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.